What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome. My name is Stanley Breska with Kendrick's Realty. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm your Boston-based realtor, broker. I want to talk about home appreciation. What's going on with the values? Are homes appreciating? Are they depreciating? Real quick, they're not depreciating. All right, so I want to hit you all with the real facts of what's going on because I know a lot of the headlines will show differently in an attempt to scare you all, both buyers and sellers, which is what's been happening. So let's get right into it. So to start off, I want to talk about Case-Shiller. So what is Case-Shiller for those of you who don't know? It's a home price index that's widely used really to evaluate the performance of the housing market. It was created back in the 80s by two gentlemen, Robert Shiller and Carl Case. Shout out to you two. And it pretty much just measures the change in value of single family homes throughout the years, right? It's calculated by tracking the sale prices of homes that have sold at least twice. I mention all this because, as I mentioned, it is widely used in the United States. Economists, investors, policymakers all use it, and it is based off actual sale prices and not any home evaluations. Home evaluations, I mean like appraisals and such like that. So you're getting the real hard facts of these home prices that's been selling. So let me start off with this slide here. 48-year average. This does not include this year nor last year. Last year was a beast in itself with the crazy home prices, and this pretty much just shows what's happening with prices throughout the months of the year. As you can see, springtime hits, prices go up as demand goes up due to buyers coming back into the market. It tapers off a bit in the summer months, demand lessens a bit, but what you don't see here is depreciation. What you see here is the level of appreciation just not being as aggressive as we've seen prior. Now, this slide will show that the correction needed to take place, right? So essentially, as I mentioned, last year's appreciation was astronomical. A correction needed to take place. That correction happened, and during that correction, headlines were scaring everyone. Both buyers and sellers had a lot of fear with making any type of moves. Although things have gotten better, 1 in 4 people still believe that prices are going to plummet, that we're going to have some crazy housing crash, the war is going to end. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you believe this, that means you're not planning to move forward realistically. You don't want to wait on the sideline for that $500,000 home that you're looking at to be sold to you for $100,000, because as I said, it's not going to happen. So let's focus on the facts here. Now, this slide right here is the Case-Shiller year over year up until May. Granted, things take time to calculate after homes sell, so we're showing up until May currently. As I mentioned, last year was an insane time with the home prices, so the comparison will be a bit different. But you'll see prices dropped below what they were last year. So compared to last May, we're on our way to catching up again. Now, showing you here, month over month, 19 of these 20 cities have already shown appreciation. The one city that dropped was only by 1% month over month. Now, same graph from before showing comparison of homes appreciating. So if you feel bad about Phoenix, prices in Phoenix are up 54% in 3 years. Based on these percentages, each of these cities are doing all right. Further proof, here are some more cities that showed levels of appreciation in the last 3 years, showing the national average of 41.8% of appreciation. But again, the headlines will drill into you that prices are plummeting, prices are falling, the world is ending. What do you believe? Let's take a look at Boston. My Boston people stand up. 38.8% of appreciation in the last 3 years. So what are we scared about exactly? Interest rates, I understand that. But keep in mind, with as anything you buy, right, you have to be able to afford it, right? So if you can't afford it, don't buy it. So if the principal, interest, home insurance, and taxes don't add up for your budget, minus yourself out of that equation. I'm talking to the individuals who are planning on making that move, because either you're buying or you're renting, right? So this information is to set you up to make the right decision if you plan on buying, to make informed decisions if you plan on buying and moving ahead as you wish. But don't buy what you can't afford. That goes with everything in life. So these are the summaries here of the home price indices. So on top of Case-Shiller, there are also multiple other indices that measure the performance of the housing market, and they all pretty much agree, right? So what they show is that yes, we had a bumpy session in 2022, but we had that correction, as I mentioned, and we're heading towards normal appreciation now, not depreciation. Homes aren't depreciating in value. Lastly, I want to show you this graph, which shows appreciation much closer to the average level of appreciation for the 48-year average. What this proves to me is that we are headed back to normal market conditions at a normal rate of appreciation. So in summary, prices aren't falling, depreciation is not happening, appreciation is still happening, it's just at a slower rate. What we've been noticing, what we've been used to rather, is extreme high appreciation, extreme home prices, just crazy home prices. But we're in a situation right now where appreciation is still going to be happening. How many times have I said appreciation? Wow. It's still going to be happening, just at a slower rate. So what are your thoughts on this? With this information going forward, if buying or selling, how are you moving forward with that? Are you focusing on the headlines? Are you focusing on the scare tactics? Or are you doing your research to make an educated decision? As I mentioned, my name is Stanley Breska with Kendricks Realty, your local realtor, Boston and surrounding areas. Reach out to me. I'd love to help whatever your journey is with real estate, whether you're buying or investing, whatever you're trying to do. Give me a call. Let's set up a strategy. Let's set up a plan to move forward and reach your goals.